Hey everybody, Tim here with today's episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Season 6, Episode 12, Who Mourns for Morn. This is a great episode. It's kind of fun. It's a little, sketchy, and there's a lot of storylines going on, but overall it's a lot of fun. So, Morn ends up passing away, who's probably one of my favorite, secondary characters. If I ever became an actor, my goal would be to basically be Morn, to just kind of sit there in the background, but everybody knows who I am. Morn is an anagram for Norm, the character from Cheers. So, and he's been here since the pilot, and even before, or no, that was after, and even the crossover, Birthright for the Next Generation, Morn makes an appearance in that. So, he's a very established character. So he ends up passing away really tragically. It was like a ship crash or something. And it's announced that Quark is put in charge of his estate. Everything he owns is left to Quark, including 1,000 bars of gold-pressed latinum. So Quark is super rich at this point. And of course, anytime somebody dies and somebody else gets their estate, people just start coming out of the woodwork. So we see a woman who says she's Morn's ex-wife. We see these two brothers who say that Morn owed them a lot of money. We have one guy that shows up and says Morn was actually a prince and all of the money belongs to the royal family. All sorts of stuff. To just kind of jump to the end, it turns out that Morn was actually part of this really famous bank heist years and years and years ago. And when the five of them finished, Morn basically just took the money and ran. And the statute of limitations is over now, and so all of these people are basically just trying to get that money back. So it's most of this episode is just double cross and stuff like that, trying to figure out who's really in on it and who's not. So there's not a lot to it, but it's a lot of fun to watch. When we get to the end, they find 1,000 bars, but it turns out to just be gold. There's no latinum inside, and Quark breaks it and screams, and it's kind of funny. My husband watched and he's like, why is he angry at gold? And I was like, to them gold's worthless, so that's just a whole bunch of nothing. Morn ends up showing up still alive, and he faked his death. And they talked about really early on in this episode how Morn had 2 stomachs, and Quark's it was crazy to watch him eat because he could eat so much. Well, he took the 1,000 bars of gold-pressed latinum, he took the latinum out and basically ate it and left it in one of his stomachs. And at one point he spits some of it into the cup and gives it to Quark, and Quark's that's worth 100 bars. So, and even though it's half a glass, it's not very much. And it's just the ending part's kind of fun because Quark's talking to Morn about, there's some repressed societies out there that are still barbaric and think that gold dust is worth stuff. We could sell it to them. And it's just kind of fun. And it's good to see Morn come back. And they make a lot of jokes about how Morn never shuts up, even though he never talks throughout the entire series. I don't know. Overall, I thought it was a really great episode. I thought it was a lot of fun. And when it first started, I thought Morn had actually died. And I was like, what are they going to do? And then I was really happy to see him come back at the end because he's such a great character. For those who have seen this one, what did you think about a secondary character getting his own episode? What did you think about all the double cross and the bank heist? Go ahead. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for the subscriptions. Thank you guys for the messages. Thank you guys for everything. You guys are all amazing. I will see you guys next time for what's considered one of the best episodes in the entire franchise, Far Beyond the Stars.